What's up, YouTube? How are y'all doing today? Hope y'all are doing awesome. Today, we're going to be talking about bug out vehicles. Now, I've been watching some videos, and I've seen a bunch of y'all's truck loadouts and truck guns and truck kits and bug out vehicles, and, they're all pretty sweet. I'm not going to show you mine yet. It's still kind of in the process. So like I've told you before, I'm still kind of new at this. In fact, I haven't got everything I need yet. I'm still working on it. But it wasn't necessarily the loadout and the stuff that you put in your truck that I got thinking about. I was just kind of thinking about all these people, they have these trucks, and nothing against anybody's trucks, because they're all set up, all these YouTubers that do their truck loadouts, they've got a sweet truck, they've got sweet, gear in the truck and all that. But when you think about it, I mean, it kind of depends on the nature of SHTF. Because most of these vehicles, yeah, under normal SHTF situation, depending on, if it's a natural disaster, yeah, natural disaster would be fine. You can, or if it's like a civil unrest type situation, or a situation where you can. But you've also got to think about these newer vehicles. I mean, even mine. I've got an O2 and an O3. Even those, they can be tracked. Both mine were equipped. They still have all the parts for it, but they were equipped with OnStar. I mean, even clear back in O2 and O3, those things have GPSs. These new ones, with all the GPS and all the satellite cameras, and it's, yeah, that's all cool. It's awesome. It's great, but you're not really hiding. If they want to find you, they'll find you. I mean, period. And like I said, a lot of this stuff I got to think about myself, because my truck's the same way. It doesn't have all the fancies like some of these new cars do, but it's got the equipment in it still, and the software, I think, or at least the hardware for OnStar. I'd have to look into it to see how capable it still is. I'm sure it would still work if I bought the subscription for it. But if they want to find you, they'll find you. A lot of these new vehicles, they'll find you. And some of them, even Ford was talking on some of their vehicles, putting a self-driving feature where if you don't pay your bill, you can just drive automatically, just get up, drive itself right back to the dealership. Who's to say they can't program that? A hacker can't program that to say, drive it to here, and then the car just automatically drives away. And I'm just thinking about all this stuff, and and like I said, I've got to kind of rethink mine. And also, EMP. I mean, how likely is an EMP? Probably not very likely. But everybody talks about it. A grid down. The Chinese are going to take down our grid. They're going to, if that happens and it's a legit EMP, most vehicles anymore are not going to be even able to be used. They're just going to, because of all the computers and all the softwares and all the, it's just going to be, they're going to be useless. And then what? And then there's also, a gas situation. Depending on the length of SHTF, you're not going to be driving that vehicle very long anyway, because gas doesn't store very well. It's like storing water. Only harder, because it goes bad I mean, water won't go bad as easy, but gasoline is heavy. It's bulky. It's, and you can't really store a ton of it because, like I said, it goes bad. And eventually, if an EMP situation, grid down, gas pumps aren't going to work. You can't just go to the gas station and pump more gas. It's just like food. It's just like water. It's just like ammo. It's just like, you're not going to just be able to go to the store and, during certain situations. Some you might, but some you won't. So, bug out vehicles. They're good. And like I said, most of y'all that I've seen, they're freaking awesome. I mean, they've got all the attachments. Some of them, I saw one that's got the racks with all their gear, and it had like a tent on top of it. And I mean, that's awesome. But what's the nature of SHTF? And and just know that unless you're like way out, I mean, even with satellite, you're not gonna outrun the satellite. You're not gonna outhide the satellite. If they want to find you, they will. Oh, excuse me. A little tired. It's 2:00 in the morning where I'm at. And yes, I'm drinking out of a Mickey Mouse cup. You got a problem? Anyway, like I said, I'm not trying to diss anybody. I'm just trying to get you thinking. Get you thinking about your vehicles. If there's something actually happens, how safe are you in your vehicle? I mean, I kept thinking like, yeah, mine's an older one. Mine's an 03. Mine doesn't have all these gadgets and gizmos from the factory. I should be okay. But then I was thinking about, you know what? It has OnStar. If they want to find me, they'll find me. If they somehow want to reactivate my OnStar without me knowing, and they can say, yep, there's his vehicle. There he is. It's just a matter of, what's your plan, and how long are you going to be planning on using this said vehicle, and is it just to get you to safety quick, and then the rest of it's on foot, or get you most of the way? I mean, depending on how far away your SHTF or your bug out location is, maybe it's just to get you closer, and then you walk the rest of the way in or something. But I mean, when everybody all gathers in these highly sophisticated vehicles, when your whole tribe bugs out and goes there, they're gonna have all these vehicles that are, well, there's a whole bunch of vehicles down. These hackers or whoever, they get on the computers and they start tracking vehicles, and well, hey, we got a whole big old group of them over here. Let's go check that out, or whatever. I mean, I'm just saying it's, it can be tracked very easily. And in a grid down EMP situation where no electrons are flowing, no electricity, they've killed our cell towers, they've killed our internet, they've killed our computers, those vehicles aren't going to be moving anyway. So, and again, I got to rethink mine. I'm not dissing on anybody. I'm not, it's a learning. It's just, as I was putting mine together and just thinking about it, like, what do I need to put in here? I was watching some videos on people, and it's like, you know what? These vehicles are maybe not as good of bug out vehicles as I thought. And I'm just trying to get your thoughts, provoke your thoughts a little bit, and so you kind of have an idea what you're up against as well. Because I'm sure your vehicle, I'm sure you've put a lot of thought into it, and a lot of time into it, and a lot of effort. But pretty much anything 96 and newer with these OBD2s, they can be tracked. Even some of these older ones that don't have OBD2 but still have a computer, some of them might work. I don't know. But really, a lot of these newer vehicles, even into the early 2000s, like mine, my wife's is an 02 Yukon, and I've got a '03 Avalanche, and they both have the OnStar buttons. It's like, so how? So where are we going? In hopes that the bad guys, the whoever's, how long until they track us down? If they need to. I mean, under just like natural disaster or stuff like that, who cares? Perfect vehicles. It's 4-wheel drive. It's, mine's got a little lift on it. Still got to put a lift on hers, but mine's lifted and it's got some off-road capabilities. I've taken that thing down some Jeep only trails, and it wasn't the funnest experience, but it was fun. It was, I thought I was gonna tip it over, pop some tires, but it was fun. I've taken it places that everybody was looking at me like, really, you're bringing that down this trail? Yeah, good luck with that. And I made it through, so should have got that on video. That was a good video, but I didn't get that one. I was just more, I was going camping and to a first time going to this location, and apparently you're supposed to keep going and go down a different road, but for some reason there was a mountain road on GPS, and that's where Alexa took me. That's where Google Maps took me. It said, turn here. I was like, turn there. I was like, this doesn't look like a very good road, but okay. And some of the people I was camping with took their camper trailers, and I was like, there's no way they took their camper trailer down this road. After I got about halfway through it, it was like, yeah, there's no way. And I just kept on trucking and kept on going, and eventually I came in, and they're like, you came from that direction? Yeah, that's the way GPS told me to go. But anyway, like I said, most of your vehicles are sweet. I mean, I've seen them, and nothing, not to diss on anybody's bug out vehicles, but or anybody's truck. I have my preferences, of which ones I like better than others, but not to say it's not good. Not to say that Ford's better than Chevy or Chevy's better than Ford or Dodge is better than I'm not here to trash on anybody's truck. I'm not here to say what's better. I'm just saying what I have. I have a GMC Yukon and a Chevrolet Avalanche. Ford, a lot of people have their Jeeps. A lot of people have their Toyota Tacomas, their Tundras, their F-150s, their Dodge Cummins diesels, and it's like, this is just, and they're all set up, decked out to the, sweet. But I just got to thinking about it. I was like, how good are these vehicles actually going to be in a long-term potential long-term SHTF? Civil War, World War, government tyranny, all this crap, how safe are we with those vehicles? Anyway, enough rambling. Hope this helps kind of provoke your thoughts a little bit, and wanted to just get on and just kind of talk about a little bit about what I was thinking about, and hopefully it kind of gets you thinking. Like I said, I'm not trying to diss on your bug out vehicles. Just trying to get your thought going on how good is it actually in like SHTF situation. It's good camping vehicle, good all that stuff, but it's under some serious man-made SHTF. How good is it really? Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Do the YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, share, comment. The drill. Closing in on that 5,000 subscriber range. Try to hit that hopefully soon. I'm a couple hundred away at this time. But anyway, appreciate y'all. Love you. And I'll see you in the next one.